Right, I've got this crop top and over top, and what it lacks in body, it makes for in sleeve. Now I've kept it because I know I can adjust it. It's knitted, so that will involve me cutting off the sleeve and to a little bit longer than I need it, and then picking up the stitches and re-knitting the edge. Let's have a go. Right, you can see how much longer this one sleeve is compared to the other one, which I have cut off and knitted the end on. So now I've opened the seam up on this one to make it easy to knit it up, and I'm going to cut this off now and see what yarn I can retrieve. Best to kind of fix your eye on a row and just trim above that row. Keep your eye on it. Now I've got to find the end. Got to take these bits off to knit it up. Got quite a bit of leeway to where I need it to end. This pattern on the end is kind of stopping me from unravelling properly. That's what I found on the other sleeve, but it's not too bad. We just want to get some nice pieces of long yarn that we can use to knit back up. Just save your yarn, because you're going to need this to knit it back up. Let's just compare the length with the other sleeve. Oh, it's still a little bit longer. Let's take these pegs out now. Take the pegs out, because I know I'm pretty much there. We'll just unravel the last bit. That's good. Got a decent sized length of yarn there now. That's it. Ooh, nearly there. Pick up the stitches now. Okay, let's try getting these onto the needle now. There we are. Be careful not to pull the actual main knitting. Trying to keep them so it doesn't unravel. Let's just get these stitches onto the needle now, hopefully without dropping any stitches. I can putting them on all the same way around really, but I can easily swap them as I go and turn the stitches around. Okay, that's all on there. Now I could possibly have opened that side seam up a little bit more to give me a bit more access, but the more you open up, the more you've got to stitch back up at the end. So I can manage with that. And then I'm just going to start knitting these back up. I'll start with a purl stitch on this side, and you see these little threads, that little fragments of yarn that I've not picked up. I'm going to pick those up as I go along. Right, it's time to cast off. Now, you see I've knitted a row in there. Now, if I'd used bigger needles, those stitches would be a lot bigger. But I've used 3 3/4 millimetre needles. Use the needle size that you think is appropriate for the type of yarn that you've got. But if you're just casting off, not knitting in a row, it doesn't matter so much really, as long as you use the same needles for both sleeves. And I'm casting off in a knit stitch, just because it suits the pattern. Right, that's the finished edge, and you see what I mean about you can just leave them and they will roll over. It's quite a nice finish. But this one, because I had such trouble with unravelling the ends, I found that it's messy. It's a little bit messy. So I'm going to turn mine under and sew them with cotton and thread. And this is what it looks like on the outside. It's nice and neat. And we've just got a little hem on the inside. I'm using the thread, I'm not using cotton after all, I'm using the yarn that it's made of. Just took a few threads of the yarn, because at least I know that matches completely. Of course, this is one way of cutting off the sleeves, making them shorter. Cut them off, unravel your yarn, pick up your stitches on knitting needles and re-knit a row and cast off. That's it. But there's other ways. Another way, if you don't knit, I'm going to show you with a thread and your stitches. You'll need to still unravel it. So if you don't knit, what you could do is cut it off. Make sure you've got you pull the threads out so that you've got a row of little stitches like this, and run through it with some of the same yarn that you retrieve from the bits that you take off. Run them through. You can do it with cotton, but I'd say run it through. Keep it kind of not tight and not loose. Keep it kind of straight, and now and again do a little back stitch. And when you get to the end, turn it under the way I've turned the edge of my sleeve under, and catch all the stitches in underneath. Okay, it's done. Both sleeves are the right length and it's wearable. So I hope you'll have a go. If something's a bit too long, you can sort it. And I'll see you soon.